I am beating you with your content.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. Always use the word over.
So if you have the faith and humility to suck at the beginning, but then keep going, you will crush it.
Look at what other people think that it's a waste of energy. I'm like, David Meltzer with Entrepreneurs the Playbook, and I have one of my mentors, the YouTube mentor of all time, Evan Carmichael. Welcome to the Playbook.
Dude, I love it. Thank you. I want we'll reach across, dude. I want to hug you, dude.
I know. I think
such a huge table in between
this
here.
This is a conference table. So I have a learning environment, as you can see. Most people can't, but we got like 10 dudes in here because they want to learn from you.
Yeah.
But I do. My door's open, and everybody surrounds in here. They sit on the floor. One of my favorite things about you is you're the most abundant person. When I got into this space as the old man of Instagram, Uncle Dave of the internet.
I love that so much. I think didn't we coin that? Or
yeah,
it's like,
you did.
It's pretty close.
You claimed me. I like Uncle Dave.
Okay.
And now people call me Uncle Dave. But you're one of the few people, Gary Vaynerchuk as well, that have my philosophy of abundance. And I'm going to give you a little bit of background. I'm involved with St. Jude. And the reason that I love St. Jude, not just because of the purpose of what they do, there's tons of charities that help kids with cancer, is my favorite thing about St. Jude is that they're the only research center I know that immediately posts all their findings to every other hospital in the world. So most medical facilities, they hold on to their secrets because they either want to get credit or get paid for curing cancer.
Right.
You know, it's a significant economic windfall if you have a cure to cancer.
Right.
You can imagine.
Yeah.
Not them. All they care about is curing cancer for children. And so they immediately post all their findings to every hospital because they don't care who cures cancer. And Evan Carmichael, you're like that to me. The first thing you said in here is like, how the heck don't you have more followers on YouTube? And I don't even know how people find me on YouTube. You were telling me they have to put the Playbook David Meltzer to find me.
Yeah.
Where does that abundant faith come from?
I think it starts with my mom. Like I got my mom's voice in my head right now, even as you asked that question, where she would always tell me, if you have the ability, you have the responsibility. And for me, I just love what you're doing so much. I want to see it win. And honestly, my biggest fear at the start, when somebody first said, hey, do a Dave Meltzer top 10, we had done an interview like a year or two before with Entrepreneur.
Oh, yeah.
And it was pitching your show with them at the time.
Yeah, the elevator pitch.
Right.
We're season 4. We're hanging in there.
It was great. And I was part of Entrepreneur Network too. And I said, yeah, I like that guy. I like Dave guy. And then I dove in your content, like, holy crap, like I love this guy. Oh. And my biggest fear was that you would stop. Because YouTube is such a hard game to get, but once you get, it's the best because your content lives forever. Because Instagram, nobody's going back 2 days on your Instagram feed, but your YouTube video from 7 years ago is still driving awareness for you. So if you have the faith and humility to suck at the beginning, but then keep going, you will crush it. And I want to spread goodness to entrepreneurs. And I saw your stuff and like, man, this guy, like the world needs, not just because you're here, the world needs more David Meltzer. And like, how do I apply energy and pressure to make sure that happens? So that was my biggest fear, that you would stop.
You told me that, like, I believe the people that'll win in all the different mediums are the ones that have their own frequency. You know, and aren't pretending to do something, aren't putting up fake, Porsches and Rolls Royces and standing in front of homes they don't own and planes they don't own and telling people you can make millions of dollars. Look, it's a consistent thing. And what I loved about your advice was you just admitted, look, YouTube's slow. But my philosophy is I want to capture as much as I can. I want to amplify it in the appropriate way. And then I want it to be perpetuated. So I know that 10 years from now, there's going to be videos. This playbook, for example, will be watched more 10 years from now than it will be the first time we air it. And I'm lucky because the playbook is popular and gets millions of people watching it. But I know in my heart that this will be seen by more people 10 years from now. And it's important because that responsibility word comes out. And every time I do a video, I have a responsibility. But along with responsibility comes hypocrisy.
Okay.
So what I find in branding myself is we're taking the best of Dave Meltzer and the best of Evan Carmichael and we're putting it up on whatever medium it is. But you and I are human. I imagine that you still, get fearful and anxious and guilty, and you have ego-based emotion. You're married, so I'm sure you're not a perfect husband.
Sure.
How do you deal with the Evan Carmichael that you watch on YouTube with your 1.7 million followers, which is awesome, and the reality of who you really are?
My biggest thing of all time is taking the shine off. I love it. Like, ask me anything you want about myself. As long as I'm not throwing somebody I care about under the bus, I'm happy to answer anything.
Right.
And so I'm building a new series as an example of how do I get to 10 million subscribers. For me to go from 1.8 to 10, I need to be a different person. I need to be an evolved version of me. And so one of the things I do is I have my live coaching, and people are coaching me. So I have a psychologist once a month coaching me live. And
I gotta come in there, man. You gotta have me business coach you.
Yeah,
that's my specialty.
Let's do it.
I got a huge business coaching practice. I want to come on there.
And I want you to come and tell me I suck.
Yeah,
and
I love
open
that.
up. Tell me I suck. Tell me I suck. And what it does is that's how I lead, because most people, nobody will say that you suck, but it gives them permission to give you some criticism.
Right.
Where otherwise people hedge, and I don't want the hedge.
Well, that vulnerability is a big issue. A lot of people, they tell me, well, it takes so much courage to be vulnerable. And because I cry and I'm
great.
like you, I illuminate who I am the same way. Like, just I am who I am.
Yep.
Love me for who I am. Hate me for hate me for who I'm not. But I'm not going to be love me for who I'm not. In that vulnerability, I believe in the vulnerability comes invulnerability. And that's what you're talking about right now, that when you illuminate, when you ask people for help, when you expose your mistakes, your humanity, it actually, to me, elevates you. And it allows people to know this is my frequency, and it allows them to liberate their own light that, hey, it's okay that I'm afraid. It's okay. When I write a check to charity, for example, I still feel scarce. Right? When I buy 20 people dinner and everyone's like, Dave Meltzer is so generous, he doesn't care. There's still a part of Dave Meltzer that's scarce and goes, God, I wish somebody would split this check with me, or right. And I fight it still because I'm on my journey towards my potential. That billion, you wanted to 10 million, but eventually 1 billion followers, I think I read, right? But in that journey to 10 million, do you put a time frame on that, or how do you deal with the time, the anxiousness of, God, it's not happening fast enough?
So oh, wow, there's a lot in there. Let me attack a couple things and see where you want to go. One, I'm not actually a huge believer in 5 or 10 year goals. I think to think that what you're capable of doing in 10 years is ridiculous.
I'm with you.
If you think about who Dave Meltzer was 10 years ago, to think that you'd be here with a YouTube channel and a podcast, it's like, it's never going to happen. It's ridiculous. Right. And so I think you could set a 10-year goal and hit it. It's just small compared to what you're capable of doing. And so people don't adjust fast enough. And so I think you have a lifetime mission forever that you're chasing down, and then what you're working on right now. So it's not about me hitting 10 million subscribers. It's about me being the person who can hit 10 million subscribers. Right.
And what techniques do you use to do that? So like for me, it's consistency, right? I'm doing stuff consistently every day. I keep my point of entries open. I have a philosophy because we share that, but what do you do to get to where you want to be?
I think having a giant goal like that. So the billion is I want to help 1 billion entrepreneurs. I want some mission so big that I'm never going to hit it. So you wake up every day and you do a little bit. It's the ladle from the ocean every day, right?
Can I teach you one thing right now on coaching?
Yeah.
So whenever you're using numbers, I believe this universally, that numbers are man-made. It's a man-made construct, just like time. So always use the word over, right? Because then you're believing exactly what you believe, is that I can't even fathom what's possible.
Okay.
So I'm limiting myself when I say I want to influence 1 billion entrepreneurs. I want to influence over 1 billion.
Okay, great.
Right?
I love it.
Yeah, because then you don't put that resistance. There's no math resistance created by something that the universe doesn't understand, which is I don't understand March.
Right.
I want to make this I don't understand 10 years. That's all man-made. I understand more, expansive, abundance, unlimited, infinite is really what it understands.
So you got a tree on your shirt right now.
Yeah.
And I think entrepreneurs and leaders are trees. So what does a tree do? A tree breathes in poison, carbon dioxide. Breathes it in.
Yeah.
Eats it, grows from it, and then spits out oxygen, positivity for the world.
Wow.
That's what I see entrepreneurs and leaders as doing. My audience is mostly entrepreneurs, but any leader, that's your job. You have to attack the things that make you feel weak or less than, like judgment. You cry on TV or on your show. I love it. Like, holy cow, this is amazing. I want more of that. Like, that makes me, some people look at that, this guy's so soft. I don't want to learn from this guy.
Yeah.
Your job is to eat that judgment, grow from it, and then spit it out for the world that, hey, it's okay to cry in a camera on TV.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And so whatever the thing is, that whenever I feel mentally weak on something, I want to attack it immediately, ASAP. If I'm like nervous to be here, I have to come and do it immediately. Just taking that approach to everything.
It's interesting because I use the tree as well. I always tell people a tree has no branches. So when you have people who have attacking thoughts, they're just projecting part of yourself. And nothing should bother you unless you feel it's an issue. I always talk about my dad, right? The only problem I ever had about my dad, or the things I hated about my dad, were the things I hated about myself. I just had to get enlightened enough to understand what I didn't like about myself and learn to take in that poison, that carbon monoxide, and then spit out positivity. And you and I, we share that inspiration. And how do you stay inspired? That's the most common question asked to me as an entrepreneur, because I'm a very inspired person. How do you stay inspired?
For me, I have to think about every day somebody that I helped yesterday. So because of everything that I do is online, this tour has been crazy now because I'm meeting everybody, but I wake up just like everybody else. I wake up, I'm tired, I have stuff in my eyes and lines on my face, and it's just another day. And so it's easy to fall back into the rhythm of complacency and just comfort zone. And so I think about somebody who I helped the day before, and that what I do matters and impacts people. And then it's my responsibility to go off and do that again today. And then I'll share it quickly in a message on usually my Instagram. An Instagram story, 15 seconds. That's how I start my day pretty much every day.
And do you meditate or pray?
I don't. I've been told by meditation instructors that I'm always meditating. I don't fully buy that, because there's a piece of it that I feel is true, but I don't fully buy it because it means then you shut yourself off from learning more and doing it.
Yeah.
I've tried I fully believe in the science. I've tried it a ton. I haven't found the teacher yet that makes a difference for me.
Yeah. Well, I always tell people.
Maybe you're my teacher. Maybe
I was like you. I hated meditation. I actually told the lady that taught me to meditate.
Yeah.
Like, I do everything myself. I don't have time to meditate. I'm in control of my life, all these things. And she taught me, because I'm a huge meditation guy. So I always tell people meditation is just learning to breathe correctly at the right time and clear your mind. So you do meditate, probably no formal structure to it. Meaningful, being positive like you are, and always inspiring and empowering other people. There's a trajectory that you're on. How often do you go off of trajectory? Meaning, are you a person that holds on to things, and is it, anxiety, anger, frustration? Do you ruin a whole day, or how do you get back to that positivity when things aren't going the way you planned?
I have a life philosophy of I want to look forward, not in the rearview mirror. Mm-hmm. So if somebody has screwed me over, or somebody has put a negative comment out, or somebody's copying what I'm doing, I don't care. It's like, it's rearview mirror. It means I can't go to where I want to go. And so anything that leads to toxicity, I'll leave. Like, even if it means I lose a ton of money.
Yeah.
Because if you're staying in that zone of negativity, you will never create anything amazing. Ever.
What bothers you about people copying you?
Nothing.
Okay, good. Because you said people.
No, because people write into me and say, "Hey, Evan, this person copied your channel."
Yeah.
Great. I'm either spending my time with people who are copying me or attacking me or whatever. I mean, I don't get that much negativity, but still. Or I'm spending my time creating something new.
It's interesting because people say the same thing. Either I copied someone or someone copied me, and I'm like, well, nothing that I talk about. My favorite one is gratitude, right? People will be like, oh, you're not the gratitude guy. Gary's a gratitude, or this guy's a gratitude. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm older than most people on the internet. My grandmother taught me gratitude when I was 4. I just have my own frequency to talk about it. I truly believe that if we, look at what other people think, that it's a waste of energy. I take it as a compliment and look at, wow, somebody actually cares about enough of what I say to make it their own. Mm-hmm. And they're just spreading my word, and they could take all the credit in the world, because I think everything comes from somewhere. I believe everything comes through me.
So first off, I just like being here, dude. This is amazing. Right? This is great. Having this conversation is awesome. And second, it's all the same. Go back to the Bible. It's all the same stuff.
I was going to say it.
It's all the same stuff.
Go to Kabbalah.
It's just, whatever religion. It's all the same stuff over and over, just in different contexts, different views. I do top 10 rules videos.
Yeah.
Whether it's Eric Thomas coming on yelling at you, or Oprah who's going to come on and hug you. It's the same thing. They're just saying it in different words. And if you can actually learn from the people who you don't like, who you immediately disagree with, I think that's when your learning naturally takes off.
And that's where the frequencies come in. Like, people get confused when I talk about it, but there's no reason why you and I can say the same thing and different people will listen to us.
Yeah.
Because of the frequencies that we're at, right? Just like Oprah and Tony Robbins.
Yeah.
Two different people, they say the exact same thing all the time. We say the same things as Tony Robbins says in different ways. I always joke around, but talking about gratitude, I'll do, Denny's annual meeting, a speech, 7,000 franchisees, and be amazed that for an hour and a half, people are lined up afterwards to tell me that I'm going to say thank you before I go to bed. And when I think, oh my God, you changed my life. And I'm sitting there going, it can't be what I'm saying. It has to be how I'm saying it.
Sure.
That somehow is like, me crying connects to certain people and it makes them and liberates them to cry. Now, you have a few pieces of advice for me, and I want to get into this on the show because you're really abundant. I don't have a good YouTube yet. I think I have really good content. It's proving itself on other mediums, in person, on LinkedIn, Instagram, etc. But give me some advice on what you would do looking at my YouTube, how I can grow that.
Sure. Number one thing is you need to have consistency in the thumbnails.
Okay.
So the game to play on YouTube is suggested videos, meaning the videos down the side on desktop or below with your mobile.
Yeah.
Your thumbnails are all over the place. Like a playbook looks like something, but then your other stuff is different font, different branding, different color. You wouldn't do that in your business. Like your business is branded.
Right.
You care a lot about your brand.
The chairs
It's all the same. Like you spend a lot of time and care and effort on that. But then when it comes to the YouTube, and this isn't just you, this is most people.
Yeah.
It's all over the place. And so consistency in the thumbnails, because if I just watch a Dave Meltzer video, I want to know that video down the side is another Dave Meltzer video. And I don't.
Okay.
So you're bleeding
followers.
Exactly.
Or interested parties.
Right. Yeah. And then YouTube's making a connection that people don't watch the next video. And so they bury those other videos. And so you want to have consistency in the branding across. I would always zoom in way more on the photos. Your photos are so far away. I don't even know that that's you or your guests.
On the thumbnails?
Yeah, on the thumbnails.
Yeah.
Like the thumbnail sells the whole thing.
Yeah. Okay.
And so you have some amazing athlete. You've had some amazing guests on your show.
It's my highlight, right?
You look at the thumbnail and you don't even know who that is.
Wow. Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Some giant dude, he's sitting in a chair way back here.
Ray Lewis, right?
Here, right? Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And Ray Lewis is fire.
Yeah.
I love Ray Lewis.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
So it should be you like here, like headshot.
Nice.
Right? Even though you're taking a formal picture, like you're across from the table or something like this, you cut and it's Dave right here, Warren Moon here, Ray Lewis here, whoever, super close. So so if I see it from mobile, super tiny, right? Oh, wow. Right? I click through it.
Yeah.
Right? And then I think you need to be doing more. You need to get daily.
Okay.
And that doesn't mean that Dave Meltzer is making a video every day.
Yeah, but content's posted every day. Which
every
we do on
day,
Instagram the same way.
10 minutes plus. YouTube should be your home that you take to Instagram.
Right.
Let me tell you why. Instagram analytics sucks. It's the worst. YouTube data is amazing. So what you do is you post a video long form on YouTube. You wait 3 days for it to get some data.
Yep.
And then there's a thing called audience retention. And we can dive super into the weeds. Maybe we'll talk to your guys afterwards. But it shows you for this interview, slowly people are dropping off from when they start. But then there's going to be something at like the 25-minute mark that you'll see a bump. That means they rewound the video to watch that part again. You said something, I said something that was fire. Halfway. That's the gold. You take that piece and you put that to Instagram. That's the 45 seconds to 1 minute of fire that should be cut. So you don't have to do any thinking on your own part. Like the audience will tell you, this is where the data is. This is the most fire piece. Put that to Instagram.
Wow.
So I would be looking at how do I go daily, which could be your show, which is great. But this isn't daily. But then also your editors can mash it up. Like what do? I take your content. Like I am beating you with your content.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
But like
Gary does that too on Instagram, right? People kill me with my own content, following wise.
No, but I'm actually using your content.
Yeah.
I'm taking your videos, mashing them up together, and putting them up on my channel.
Wow.
And getting more views. Right?
Yeah.
And I don't think I'm that. Like I think you're a genius.
No, thank you.
I think you should have. If I have 1.8 million, I think you should have 10.
Oh.
Right? And listen, yes, I'm ahead of the game, and yes, I'm a ninja on the back end and figuring all this stuff out.
Yeah.
But But that's why I apply so much pressure and energy, because I think you should be there. Like if I have 250 million views, I think, man, if Dave had that, imagine how much better the world would be just by hearing your message. Right? Like if 250 million people even just saw you cry, telling the story about your parents, that will give permission to so many people to feel, oh, it's okay to cry talking about my parents, right? Like just that alone is insane.
Wow. Thank you. So
that is also great for someone like you because you don't have to do any extra work.
Yeah.
Your team is doing it. So you hire somebody who's going to go through so if you talk about gratitude, you may have given 10 different examples or 10 different ways of sharing, or once on the stage or once in here, right? You
do
take those. Exactly. Yeah. And it's no time for you.
Right.
Right.
In which we probably post 10% of the content we capture because fortunately for me, I'm always doing a roadshow.
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to the NBA All-Star game tomorrow. I just came from New York with Rudy Rudiger's event, the Fashion Innovation keynote. I mean, I do what most people can't get in a month. I'm blessed that way. So I'm capturing it, and I just need help on, okay, how do I amplify it and perpetuate it?
YouTube, you have to start with the decision that YouTube should be your primary home.
Yeah.
And people have gone Instagram primary. Instagram's the fastest way to grow, but you're on a hamster wheel.
Yeah.
As soon as you stop posting, you're irrelevant, and nobody's going back to your old content. And the podcast is similar. It lasts a little bit longer, but people aren't really going back to episode 2 and seeing what you did, where your YouTube content lives forever. YouTube has to be the home.
Yeah.
Has to be the most important priority. It's the only platform that lives forever. And then all the other ones come after it.
And do you use anyone to help you with YouTube, or you just do it all yourself?
I have 24 people on my team.
Yeah.
They all do different roles.
Yeah.
My ninja-ness is figuring out the hacks around all these things. Like that 1-minute video hack will blow up your Instagram.
Right.
Right now, IGTV just is in the previews. It's in the feed.
Wow.
Every video, you should not post another video post to Instagram. It should all be IGTV, and you get 10 times the views. Wow. Right now, on whatever date today is, 2019, that may change in 3 weeks.
Well, when this is over, we're getting a meeting. And I'll trade off my genius for yours any day of the week. I'm like, all right, last question. I wish the playbook was longer, but this is perfect.
Yeah.
You're building quite a legacy, and you've mentioned several different things. But what true legacy do you want to leave when it's all said and done?
I don't think that way.
Okay.
I'm a weird duck.
I like it.
Like I think about what am I doing right now? I want Dave Meltzer to blow up. Like this is my meditation.
Let that be his legacy. It's fine.
Dave
Meltzer is now Evan's legacy.
This is my meditation.
Please.
Dude, this is it.
That's so
I don't even want to joke with you right now.
Yeah.
This is all. Like however many people are here, whatever I have to go do next is not on my mind. This is my meditation. I want Dave Meltzer to blow up.
Wow.
Right? That's it. And
You're gonna make me cry, man.
Great, cry. Let's cry together. I think you should, right? Yeah. It's amazing, right? I wish I cried more. Like you're giving me permission to cry more.
Oh, hopefully
Legit.
More people too. Awesome.
You are.
So empowering other people. I can tell you, Evan, as much as we got to do this again, I will do anything for you as well. You're so sincere about helping me, and you inspire me that you get what I talk about, and you are someone that has the power to share it, and I so much appreciate you. And so whatever I can do to be of service as well. I know when we go live together, it's just like the rest of my day, I'm on cloud 9. So thank you, and I'm speechless.
If you like this one-on-one, check out the video interview I did with marketing wizard Joe Polish. The link is right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.